Hello and welcome to our session of standing exercises, which is a companion to the seated exercise sessions we've been doing on Alice in Wonderland. You might be familiar with some of the themes we use in those sessions if you do them, but these can be done as standalone sessions too. Please do feel free to use a chair if you would like some support during the exercises. And if at any point you need a break and you want to go and get some water or just take a rest, then just pause the video and resume where you left off. So Louisa and Rosa are going to be leading exercises from their home, and I'll be providing music from my home. And we hope you enjoy it very much.
Welcome everybody to our first standing class. We are going to get warmed up now before we get into our exercises. And before we actually do a warm up to any music, let's have a quick check of our posture. So we want to make sure our feet are in parallel position, so your toes are pointing forwards. Good. And feeling nice and tall through your spine. So let's imagine we've got that zip doing up along our torso there, pulling us up nice and tall, gorgeous. And feeling as though through the crown of your head, you've got a string that's pulling you up to the ceiling. Nice. And then in opposition to that, our shoulder blades are pressing down our back. So just feel your shoulder blades press down. And our feet are nice and grounded in the floor. So we've got this feeling of pulling up and this feeling of pressing down into the floor as well. Nice. And let's just take a little roll through our shoulders and a bit of a stretch before we get properly warmed up in our bodies. So just rolling your shoulders up to your ears and then pressing them down your back. Do this nice and slowly, and let's take a breath in as our shoulders come up to our ears, and as they press down, exhale. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, shoulders come up, and exhale, shoulders press down. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Lovely. And let's bring our hands to our shoulders and draw some circles with our elbows. So we've got that same kind of movement, but this time thinking about the elbows here, drawing circles in the space. So coming together in the center there, and then really, really reaching back as they draw those circles. Lovely. And one more of these. Really nice. Good. And just extend those arms down, and let's take a full arm extension circling round. And as your arms come forward, you can get a slight curve in your torso. As they come up, look up, and as they come down, open through your chest. Okay, so we've got a slight curve in our torso, looking up to our hands and opening our chest as our arms come back. Let's do that again. Looking up and opening out. And one last time, reaching forwards, lifting up and opening out. Really, really nice. Okay, let's take a little bit of a sequence with our arms to keep that stretching feeling going in our torso. And after we've done that, we'll have a bit of music and a move through our feet. So we're going to lift our arms up to the ceiling. One arm is going to drop down, and you can feel that side stretch here. So stretching, stretching, stretching. That arm that's up to the ceiling is going to pull everything up. Arms are out to the side, and then release down. Let's do that again, reaching up. This time the other arm drops down, so feeling that side stretch. That hand up to the ceiling is really reaching, and it pulls you up. Back to center, arms float down, and arms come up. First side again, that arm drops down, really reaching, and you're pulled back up. And this time, you're going to bring your arms in front of you as though you're hugging a beach ball, and our tummy is curving. We've got that tummy button pressing out to the back of the spine there, and open up and lower. Good. Let's do that on the other side, reaching up. Other arm dropping down, feeling that side stretch, everything comes back up. Finding that curve in your spine, slight bend in your knees too here. And open up and lower. Good, and let's do that once more through, reaching up. And one arm comes down, pulling you back up to center. Find that curve in your spine, slight bend through your knees. Open up, and let's just take a twist. You can bend through your knees here if you like as well. Come back to center and lower. Last time, reaching up. And lower that one arm. And feel yourself get pulled back up, curving through your spine, bending through your knees, opening out, and slight twist the other way. Bend through your knees if you like. Come back to center and lower. Nice, feeling that. Give those arms a bit of a shake, feeling like they're starting to warm up. All those muscles are starting to work. We're going to have a bit of a warm up with some music now as well, okay? So to begin with, we'll do a little bit of an arm phrase, and I'll just go through that now, and then you can just follow along with me whilst we move our feet as well. So we're going to bring our arms up and out to the side. They come all the way up to the ceiling, back out to the side, and then you're going to internally rotate your arms. So your little fingers come forwards. As you do that, your tummy button is to the back of the spine. Then you twist your arms, externally rotate. As they open out, you stretch through your chest, okay? So we're reaching up, out to the side. Little fingers come forward, tummy button to back of the spine. Open our chest and lower. Okay, so that's the first bit we'll do with our music, and then you can just follow along with me as we get warmed up and ready to go today, okay? Standing nice and tall. Arms reach up to the side, side. Little fingers forwards, forwards, and open that chest. Lifting up, out to the side, side. Tummy button to spine, little fingers forwards, opening. Good, we've got a tap, tap, in to the side, in again. Lovely. Now we're pointing one foot forwards, in, other foot, forwards. Keep that going. Nice. One more time each side. Now we're going to point forwards with a lift. Point, lift, lower, only if you want. Point, lift, that's really small. Just slightly off the floor if you want. Good, other side. And close, we've got single taps. Get those knees really bent, feeling nice and grounded through the floor here. Good, now you can add arms if you want. One out to the side, other arm down. Good. Coming up, we've got a point. Lower that heel and we reach in to the side. Good. Arm down, point, close. Other side, point. Lower. Reach in to the side. In. Down, point, close. We're going 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Other leg. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back to the first side. 1, 2, 3. Switching. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 8 marches. Really swinging those arms. Keep going. Lifting those feet off the floor. We've got a tap, tap, tap. Good. Well done. I hope that you are feeling a little bit warmer. If you're not, you can always go back, rewind and do the whole thing again. But otherwise, let's get on with our first exercise.
We're going to now do an exercise which is all about leg strength and balance, and taking your weight off balance slightly to really strengthen the body and the muscles, and almost work like with the reflex that takes you back to balance if you go off balance. So great balance work and strength work, and a little bit of like a plie, but I want you to, again, we're going to do parallel plies, so I want you to again think about a little bit more of that squat, gym squat type. So you can take your spine slightly forward, but try not to tuck your tail under, so really feel that leg, so you can get a bit more power through your legs, and you can go a little bit lower down with those. So there's a little bit of, you can have a little bit of that lean forward. So we start with our parallel, And I love this music that he has played for us. So just you can sort of really feel the music, and the movement is fairly not too complicated, I hope. So we're going to start in your parallel. We're going to take this sort of plie squat type, but taking your body to the side. So don't lean forward too much with this one, but just feel like there's a little bit of that. So you have a space for your pelvis, and you can take a tilt to the side and trying to keep your, like the opposite side rooting down. So you don't let your pelvis tilt. So we'll have that strong base. And then we're going to press through the legs. I'm just going to sweep the arms across and then take that to the other side. So feel like there's a little bit of that resistance in the arms as you open. Nice sweep, pressing through. We're going to take 2 more. So that plie squat down and feeling that nice opening across your chest as well here. We're going to take 4 of these, nice and slow, coming back. And then one leg's going to brush forward. So you can have a little softness in your knee, so shift your weight so that you can release 1 foot forward and don't go too far. And we're going to try and lift the back heel up. And here, rather than taking your body weight too far forward, try to keep that length so that you are sort of in the center, so both legs are working. So we're going to take that leg forward with our arms opening to the side. I'm just going to show sideways. Shift your weight, so trying to keep your weight in between and lift the back heel up. And we're going to do similar arms here. So we're going to cross as you bend the knees and then press the floor away and big opening like bird arms floating up. We're going to go down and press up. And we're going to go down and press up. I think there are 2 of those full rounds. And then the third one, we're going to use that front leg to push back to the back leg. So find your balance. You can have that pointing or ball of the foot on the ground, and then we're going to close. So we're going to take that to the second side. So we're going to lengthen the other leg. Find your center here, lift the back heel, and we're going to go down. And big bird arms up. And down, and big bird arms up, and then third one down, and then use the front leg again to press back. Find your center, and then lower down. Great. Then we're going to come into a sort of diagonal side, back diagonal, shift of your weight and balance. So we're going to lengthen one leg towards the front corner, and then bend the knee and really taking your weight as much as you can to that leg. And we're going to reach with the arms, so feeling that nice big reach. And then use that leg to push you back. So that's your anchor point here. We're going to take it to the side, reach, and come back. And then we're going to go to the back diagonal. So notice here that now my back knee's bent. The toes are sort of knee lines over toes, a little bit diagonal here. So don't turn too far out here, just so that you have that firm basis, and reaching so you can get the nice length through your side body. Press back once more to the side and back. So I can already feel my quads, my muscles here working as I press back there. We're going to change sides, so to the front corner first, really making it as big as you can, and then push back. Use the arms. We're going to go to the side and come back, find your center, and notice how you really anchor through that leg there. And then we're going to go to the back diagonal. And this leg, try to keep it straight throughout. So can be a little softness in the knee, but it's that leg that reaches to the side, that bends, and push back and come back in. Very good. So then we have one more movement. So we're going to bend both knees, and now you can just keep your arms to the side and let your body and your arms help you to keep the balance. We're going to try and think like you have a fine pen on the toes there. And you don't have to lengthen the leg all the way, so it can be a little bit bent there. We're going to try and draw a big circle, staying on this leg, and use those arms to help to balance. And we're going to take it in and place down. So my knees stay bent here. We're going to take the other one, trying to feel like you're drawing that circle and taking it in. We're going to take 4 of these. So once more, each side. They're nice and slow on purpose. So it's challenging the balance and back. And really noticing how the core and the arms can help you to stay in that balance there. And then we're going to finish, we're coming back into our sweepy plies here. So those are the 4 types of moves that we do here. So we have our sweepy plies, we have those forward lunges, pressing back, then we have the big side reach and to the back, and then we have the drawing with the toe. Let's do that to this lovely music that Nia's played for us. Here we go. Parallel, little bend in the knees. Here we go, reach. Sweep the arms, the other side. And again. And one more. Forward we go. And bend. I'm going to go this way. Lengthen and plie. Lengthen. We'll do 3. And then press back and change. Forward, down, lengthen, and down, up, down, and press back. Now to the corner we go. Reach, reach, and back. Side, and back. Side. Change. To the back diagonal. Side. Now let's take a few plies in between. Sweep again. And one more. Then we're going to do our drawing with the toe. Here we go. And change. Use your arms and your body to help. And again, change. And one more. And back into our sweeps. Good, very nice, lovely work. So this exercise is based on one of the exercises if you've done our seated classes on Alice in Wonderland. If not, don't worry, we're going to be the Mad Hatter. So just thinking about that character if you're familiar with the story. So we're going to start in our parallel, little bend in the knees, and we're just going to take taps to the front. So tap, and tap, and tap, and tap. So we have 4 taps, and we're going to take the opposite arm, and it's like you're sort of curling your fingers in to call in the guests to the tea party. So we're going to tap opposite foot, and then the arm's going to go forward and call. We'll have 4 of these. Good. Then we're going to do a V step. So we're going to go step, step, in, in. So we're going to go open, open, in. And as we do that, we're going to take our hands in here. So sort of thumbs into your armpits, elbows to the side. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to lengthen one heel, tap and tap. You can have a little lift of your elbows there with those heel taps. Okay? And then we're going to go from the top again. We're going to tap with our opposite arm and tap, calling in 4 those. And you get a little bit of sort of twist into your torso here. So thinking about that opposite shoulder tries to twist towards the leg as you take the arm forward. 4 of those. And then we did our open V, step, in. Second time as we come into our heels, we're going to now open the arms and open the arms. So the first one, we're just going to lift our elbows. And then the second round, we're going to open and open. Good. Then we're going to think about our tea party. So we're going to do side steps. One hand on the hip here. And so we're going to step to side, open, together, and open, together. We're going to come back, so that leg is going to then take you back with the second arm, 2 steps to the side. We're going to leave our feet into a hip width apart. We're going to do a little, like you're going to stick your bum out. Think like you're sitting on a chair. We're going to do a little twist, offering one tray forward, lengthen, and we're going to offer the other tray, lengthen, hands in to go to the other side. So we're going to go step together, step together. We're going to take the other arm as you come back, or back into your hip width apart, and here think about your tea trays. We're gonna squat to offer some cakes and tea, and the other way, and then taking the hands down, and we're gonna do the whole thing another round. So we'll start with our taps and calls, and then our V step and our heels, and then our side steps with the trays. Just try that with some music. I will help you through. Here we go, taps. 2 more. Our V step. Step back, heels with elbows. Back to the taps. And into V step. Forward and in. This time, opening the arms, side steps, T, and back, the other arm, and now into our squat, serve, and back, serve, and T this way, and back, and serve, squat. Good. From the top, taps. And V step. Heels. Again, taps. And V step. Now opening the arms with the heel, side and tray, and back, the other tray, and squat, serve. Once more, serve this way, and back, and now squat, serve the cakes, and let's finish with our hat. Lovely, very good, well done.
Okay, so after all that mad hattering at the tea party, we're going to take a quick look at a ballet step now called a balancé. And some of you may be very familiar with this step, and some of you may have never done this step or seen this step before. So we'll take it from just learning the step on the spot in parallel position to then taking it to move in different directions. Okay, so let's all begin in our parallel position, and if you want to, you can keep your hands on your waist or down by your side whilst we just look at what our feet are doing in this step. I'm just going to turn slightly to the side so hopefully you can see my feet a little bit better. And for our balancé step, our first foot is going to just step on the floor as though we're doing a kind of march in our parallel position, so it steps. Our second foot taps on the ball of the foot, and we lift up off that other foot and then press back down to a flat foot. Okay, so that's a step, up, down. And then we do that with the other foot leading instead. We've got a step, up, down, 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 step, up, down. Last time, step, up, down. Okay, just coming back to centre. So hopefully you've understood that pattern of our step to begin with, and we're going to take that moving on a side to side motion, and let's just look at that pathway that we're going to take. So we're just going to take a swing through our legs. So we're going to take that step one side and then the other side, and once we do that step, our arms are going to move from one side to the other side. So we're coming through our third position, and the opposite arm to the leg moving comes in front. Okay, so the direction we're traveling, the opposite arm is in front in our third position. So this is our pathway we're going to take that step on. And just coming back to that parallel position for the minute, let's bring our hands onto our hips and take that balance a step on a side to side motion. So we're stepping out to the side, side. The foot then goes behind as it comes up, and then the front foot comes down. Back foot releases, side, up, down, side, up, down, side, up, down, side, up, down. Keep going, up, down, side, up, down. Good, side, up, down. Last time, side, up, down. Okay, coming back to centre, just releasing your arms. So, shall we try that all now with the arms and the feet moving? And as you saw, whilst we were doing that step, I had a slight turnout in my feet. So, you can start in first position if you like, and you can point your foot the way we're going to begin with as we point down. And then we've got this up, down in turnout. So our knees are slightly turning out as our feet have turned out. And then we go to the other side, up, down. If you prefer, you can keep your feet in parallel. If that's easier, that's absolutely fine. Just find whatever works for you. And if you'd rather leave the step, just focus on the arms. So let's put that all together now. For those of you that would like to start in first position, turning out into first position, let's have our arms out to the side, ready for one arm to scoop in front. As we point hand side, up, down, side, up, down, side, up, down, side, up, down. One more time each side. Side, up, down. Lovely. Okay, so now we've put together our arms and our legs for our side-to-side balances. I think it would be a good idea to try it to the music that we are going to be using, because we're going to create a sequence of different balance movements. But just whilst we've got our side-to-side motion, let's have a go with the music so we've got a bit of an idea of what we're working with before we move on. So our arms are going to come up through first and out to second on the introduction. And then we'll just take 16 balances side to side, and then we'll stop the music and move on. Okay, so standing up nice and tall, here we go. Coming up, open, let's point that foot. We go down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Good, down, up, down, down. Keep going. Another 8, we got 1. 5, 6, and 7, 8. Good, let's finish there. Okay, hopefully you've got the gist of that. But now we're going to look at taking that step forwards and backwards, our balance step. We're going to travel the step on a diagonal pathway forwards. So you can start in parallel or first position. We're going to point that foot forwards. We're going down, up, down. Now our back foot then leads us back. And then our front foot comes all the way behind to go up, down. We've got down, up, down, back, up, down again, down, up, down, back, up, down. One more time, down, up, down, back, up, down. So let's take our arms and legs moving together now on our forwards and backwards balances. So bringing our arms down and ready to come into our first arabesque as our foot moves forward. We're going down, up, down, coming back to third, down, up, down, back, up, down, good, and back, last time, down, up, and back, lovely. Okay, good, so we've looked at our balances moving side to side, and we've looked at them moving on a diagonal. Now we're going to create a movement sequence out of all of that with our balances included. So when we put this to some music, we're going to begin with our feet either in parallel or inverse position, and our hands are going to come open to second. And then we're just going to do our swings with our arm movements for 6 before we do our balancing steps. So we're going 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, from here we're going to take our 8 balances. So in the music we're going down, up, down, down, up, down again. Lovely, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now on 8 you're going to step back onto that other foot and we're going to close everything together, whether that's in first or in parallel. Because from here we're now ready to go on our diagonal one way. So then we're going to just have that swing with our arms, 1, 2 to prepare, 3, 4, 5 and 6, coming into our balances, 7, 8, keep going, we've got another 6, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we step to the side and we close. And now we're ready to go on our other diagonal, now using our opposite arm and opposite leg to go forwards to begin with. So we've got our swings, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, coming into our balances, 7, 8, another 6 balances, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and we step to close, okay? And then we're going to finish with another set side to side. So we've got 6 swings, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, coming into our balances, 1, 2, 8 of these, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, and we step to close. Okay, so if you're unsure of anything, you can go back and have a look in the video to go over maybe the feet or what the arms are doing. And as I said before, if you'd like to, you can just keep your hands on your hips and focus on the movement of the feet, or just focus on the movement of the arms and keep the feet just in that gentle sway that we do to begin with at the beginning of each set. Completely up to you. Just do what you're feeling like today. But if you'd really like to challenge yourself today, then we'll do both arms and legs all the way through with the music and see how we go on, okay? So finding our first position, feeling lovely and tall. And let's give this a go. Arms coming up and open, point. We swing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready for our balances? Down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 down. Keep going. Good. Last time. And we point to close. Going forwards with our swing. Last time either side, and we point. Ready to go the other way, we got swing. Swing, swing, good. Swing. Ready for a balance, stays down, up, down, down, up, down, keep going. Last time forward, last time back, we point. Close. Now we go side, side. Good. 5, 6. Balance. Say down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. Last time either side, and point to finish. Well done. Oh my word, it takes quite a lot of energy to get through that exercise, and hopefully you can feel your heart going a bit there. Please do feel free to rewind the video and go back and do it all the way through again with the music. Otherwise, if you want to, we're just going to continue on and just finish the class today with a lovely cool down. So just follow along with me. Nia will be playing some gorgeous music and I'll just lead us through a port de bras for the last bit of our class. Taking a breath and arms are going to come up through first, opening out to second and lowering them down, nice and slowly. Coming up through first, we're going to bring them all the way up to fifth and letting them open, moving through second position, coming down, good. And through first, we're lifting one arm up, one arm out to the side, and you're going to swap them over, looking at that hand coming on top. Good. And this time, keep that moving, feeling a side stretch as you curve over through first position. Good. Bring the other arm up, and we and this time as we switch, we're stretching through our side, curving our spine through first, opening out and lower down. Now finding a diagonal, we're pressing through our back foot, transferring our weight onto it as it moves forwards, finding an arabesque and coming back onto that leg in parallel, swapping our arms, one arm forward, one arm back. Feeling that stretch as you release, first open and lower. Let's do that to the other side. Pressing through our back foot, back arm reaches, front arm out to the side, pressing back through, finding our parallel position and then switching those arms. Front arm is now back, back arm's now forward, reach, open through, lower, coming back to center. Let's bring one hand to our heart and the other hand, and let's open and take a bow and really slowly rolling up. Thank you all so much for joining us for our standing class today. We hope you've all had loads and loads of fun, and we look forward to dancing with you all again soon.